Hello, friends. I'm back with the top three of the series Flourishing in Uncertain Times. The focus of this talk is on fear or anxiety, which is one of the major consequences during uncertain times. Fear for health, wealth, job, near and dear ones. There's no dearth of possible negative outcomes when there is a lot of turbulence in the environment. These fears can be crippling, can cause serious physical and mental harm to us over a period of time. Anxiety actually is the word used by professionals for perceived threats in the future. So I will be using this word fear and anxiety. Okay, but they are actually the same emotion. Let us understand what is fear and its various dimensions. Dictionary defines fear as an unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of danger, pain or harm. And like we have already seen, there is no dearth of threats in uncertain or turbulent times. Now let's look at some realities of fear. The very first thing, friends, is fear is natural, fear is healthy. It originates from your brain, a part called amygdala, when there is a real or perceived threat. I would recommend that you see fear as a security alarm of your body trying to tell you that you need to think, you need to do something to ward off a possible or real threat. And therefore, to see fear as a weakness is incorrect. Unfortunately, we humans have been seeing fear with contempt. To be scared is like being a coward. And who wants to be called a coward? And because it is seen as a weakness, people try to avoid talking about their own anxiety to themselves and with others. And therefore, they don't try to find solutions to the perceived threat or the real threat. The second aspect about fear is, friends, nobody is born with fear. You won't find a child scared about anything. Yes, some fears are instinctive. Like feeling a pain might, indicate a medical condition. But again, we human beings take cognizance of only physical pains. The agony in the mind due to anxiety, fear, stress is ignored, not talked about, and very few reach out for professional help. That is why people do not prepare themselves adequately for a perceived threat. 98% of fears or even more are either learnt by us or are taught to us. Learnt fears are those from our experiences. A person having a near drowning experience might start getting scared of going near a water body. And taught fears are what are told to us. Don't do this. Don't meet these kind of people. Don't go to such places. They will do tremendous harm to you. Another fact about fear is a minuscule percentage of fear which originates in the mind is due to a real stimuli. More than 99% of fears or anxiety that we feel are generated in our thoughts, in our mind, about a possible negative outcome in the future. Our reactions, that is human reactions to fear, the very first thing anybody would do is to pause. Try and identify the dimension of the stimuli, possible outcomes. After this, people with strong self-awareness, mental strength, will identify the root cause and fight the fear. Make fear their friend. Take actions for survival. While those with less mental strength, discipline, would run away from the situation, or that is called flight. But the third reaction, friends, is the most dangerous, which is freeze. Some people get into that freeze mode where they do nothing. They neither fight nor flight. That's entering fear of failure zone. I will talk about this, why this happens to some people, and why we should not ever enter the zone in my next talk. Now, having understood the various facets of fear, let me give you some practical steps which you need to follow to make fear your friend. The very first thing, friends, is journal. Journal your life along a timeline, like I told in my last video. Write down, recall and write down every moment when you were scared. Like going for an examination, before an interview, first time entering the swimming pool, first time sitting on the cycle. Write down. Write down, why were you scared? What was that fear? And after that, friends, write down what really happened. By doing this simple exercise, you will realize that maximum number of perceived threats never converted into realities. And if you compute the percentage, I am sure it will be more than 99%. This is because, friends, human beings think pessimistically. And it's good, because it prepares you for a worst possible outcome, although the probability of that outcome is very small. And by identifying that the worst situation is not likely to happen and yet preparing for it can be the best thing that you can do in your life. Discuss your fears with yourself, with your family and friends. I've talked about having an effective support system in my first talk of the series. They can show you a different dimension. Different possibilities will open up. Friends, fortunate are the people who have an understanding family and friends who stand shoulder to shoulder in the hour of need. So please make best use of your support system. Once you have identified the causes of your anxiety or fear, start working on possible options. Here your self-awareness comes in very handy. The mantra, friends, today is don't let the fear grow over you. Accept it, discuss it, work on all possible actions, identify all negative outcomes which these uncertain times can push you into. After that, put in your efforts in the direction which you can control, on your strengths. If you focus on these, positive outcomes are given. Take motivation from others. Any successful person today or in the past had to try out new things. Without that, he wouldn't have been successful. Any entrepreneur today has to take a risk by entering into a business. They had to step out of their comfort zone. So friends, expand your comfort zone. In fact, I would say make a comfort zone so uncomfortable that you are always ready to try out new things. Creative minds always venture into new activities. Focus on successful outcomes. Think that positive things are going to happen to you. Dream. Dream about positive outcomes with your eyes open and eyes closed. Our mind is so powerful that it can convert dreams into realities. Give positive strokes to yourself. Let's say one of the anxiety or one of the fears in your mind lurking as of now is, due to these difficult times, I might lose my job. And one of the possible options that you work on is, I can become an entrepreneur. I can start my own business. But then I'm scared, let us say, that I might lose all my savings, go bankrupt. I should reframe this possibility in a positive way to give a positive stroke to myself. I would write, instead of remaining scared or being scared of going bankrupt, I would put in my best possible efforts to make sure that the business not only survives but thrives. Write this down on post-it slips. Paste them all over your living space and workspace so that they are always in front of your eyes. It is a huge motivator, friend, huge. This way your success is assured, I can tell you. And lastly, friends, don't forget to enjoy life. There is no point in dying every day by thinking of negative outcomes and the possibilities and this is not going to happen. Live life. Remember, someone cares for you. Keep smiling. You are being photographed. Well, I'm sure if you follow these steps, you will realize that you will be able to control your fear and anxiety to a very large extent by identifying the possible negative outcomes, thinking about what you can do, and being prepared. And then fear has become truly your friend, truly a motivator. So, till my next talk, which will be on fear of failure, keep smiling, stay healthy, good luck, Godspeed.